Absolutely gorgeous evening for soccer in the river. An absolutely gorgeous evening for soccer in the River City. Memphis 901 FC and the Oakland Roots not just looking for their first win, they're looking for the first goals of the season. They meet for the first time. The clash coming up next. Good evening, everyone. Live from AutoZone Park. It is match day 2 as Memphis 901 FC hosts the Oakland Roots. I'm Tim Van Horn, joining me from Sports 56 WHBQ, my favorite sports talk guy, and he loves soccer. Big Newcastle fan. Peter Edmiston joins me this evening. Couldn't pick better forecast. I think we tipped the weatherman.
Oh, my God. Well, you would know. And it's certainly contrasting last week. I'll take this. 60, beautiful, sunny, as opposed to having to dig out these bleachers from snow and all that. Big night, much better than it was last week.
Absolutely. And a cold start, not just weather-wise, but for Memphis 901 FC last week as Pittsburgh came to town. And anytime you play the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, it's a really tough ask. But Memphis was down to 10 men, but before that, we had an opportunity to see Philip Goodrum take a penalty kick. That was saved. And then the second yellow by Graham Smith resulting in a yellow card. And then just minutes later, Dane Kelly with a historic 100th career goal. Pittsburgh winning that one by a score of 3-0. Unfortunate for Memphis 901 FC. But that was then, Peter. This is now and tonight an Oakland Roots team which was hot at the end of last season. Darius Formella.
Yeah, Darius Formella is a really talented player. Came in from Sacramento in the offseason. Who normally starts as a forward, at least for Sacramento, but he's been starting on the left side. He'll do that again tonight. Talented, can score, can pass, can do it all. Going to have to stop him to have success.
Now, he doesn't score a lot of goals, but he is what they call the heartbeat of Memphis 901 FC, and it's our captain, Leston Paul.
Well, Leston Paul, when you think about 901 FC, you think about Leston Paul. I mean, he's been basically an ever-present since the team arrived here in Memphis, and with so many new faces, so many changes, so many differences, guys in and out of the lineup, it's been Leston Paul, Leston Paul, Leston Paul. And I hate to say it for him, he's going to be relied on again tonight. If the 901 FC is going to have a successful night, it's going to be Leston Paul who's going to have to do a lot of the work.
All right, the captain's going to lead him out in just a few moments. We are just moments away from kickoff. It's Memphis and the Oakland Roots. Coming up next, it's USL Championship Soccer right here. Stick around. A great match is coming up next.
Tex-Mex. Termites.
Don't mess up your deck with Tex-Mex. Terminate.
Here to help.
At AutoZone, you get what you need when you need it. Got a today job? Pick it up free same day at your local AutoZone. More of a tomorrow project? Order as late as 10 p.m. with free next day delivery. Getting the job done just got easier.
Welcome back. AutoZone Park, just a couple of moments away from kickoff. Tim Van Horn and Peter Edmiston with you, and the players are coming out. And let's take a look at the lineups for the visiting Oakland Roots, who look like they're in their St. Patty's Day green. They're going to line up with 4 at the back. They'll start with Bailey in goal, but notice it looks like a 4-3-3, but they could go to a 4-2-3-1 at times with Carlson up top. They'll be in the green tonight. Memphis 901 in the snazzy blue kits tonight, Peter. They're led by head coach Ben Pierman. Trey Muse back in goal. He's on loan from Loudoun United, while John Berner is on the men. They'll have 3 at the back tonight. You know, Graham Smith is suspended with the 2 yellow cards from last match. Leston Paul in the middle with Kelly Kissiadou and Malloy. Dotson will be up top, and he will be helped out by Goodrum and Boyce. So we are just about set to go here for Memphis 901 FC. We were talking about head coach Ben Pierman. And last week, it looked like maybe Memphis was hard done by with that second yellow. Ben Pierman keeping his composure. Here's Juan Guerra. He is the head coach for Oakland Roots. He takes over after a strong finish to 2021, and he's looking for his first win of the 2022 season. They fell 1-0 at Rio Grande Valley, so this is their second consecutive road match. There's Ben Pierman tonight, not wearing the furry parka tonight.
No, not needed tonight. Tonight's absolutely perfect. From a weather standpoint. Tonight, Tim, I mean, the onus is really on Memphis 901 FC here with this crowd. Nice crowd, good night for soccer, and against an Oakland Roots team that is probably going to want to hang on to the ball. You're going to see a lot of possession from them. To me, the key for Memphis 901 FC is to make chances count, and you've got to be able to get the ball in the final third and then do something with it. It's hard, and I think that the jury is still out as far as 901 FC is concerned about how you replace Kyle Murphy. I mean, that's a lot of goals. It's a lot of talent, and unfortunately, without him, you're going to have to start something new. And tonight, that may well begin, Tim, but I think that to me is what the onus is on for 901 FC tonight.
And our coach is brought to you by XMC. Tonight's lineup is brought to you by AutoZone, and Memphis now inside the box, and here comes Taylor Bailey out. He'll collect that about 12 yards out from goal. He's in the red kit tonight. Oakland going left to right on your screen here in the first minute of action at AutoZone Park. And to your point about the now legendary Kyle Murphy, 20-plus goals last year. You know, coming in, we didn't know that Kyle Murphy was going to be Kyle Murphy. And perhaps there's another 15 or 20-goal scorer out there. And as the season goes on, perhaps Ben Pierman will find another diamond in the rough. We will see Kyle Murphy, I believe, later this season as the Miami FC will be coming in toward the end of April. So if you don't have your season tickets yet, why don't you pick them up? Because it's going to be a terrific 2022 season. Well,
the thing is, 20-goal scorers do not grow on trees. Tough to lose him. If you could find another one, and I mean, listen, Philip Goodrum, you could find Boyce. There's some guys out there that certainly Kissiadou. A lot of guys have that kind of talent potentially, but to actually do it on a regular basis, night in, night out, and there was that stretch last year when Murphy scored in 8 straight games, 11 straight at one point, 12 of 13, just some ridiculous streaks where he was scoring virtually every time out. That consistency is, you got to get spoiled with that.
Here's a giveaway. Memphis 901 FC pressing high. They'll see if they can make hay out of this. Broken up, but Memphis will maintain possession with Leston Paul. He does a lot of the dirty work. I think his motto is, if you're not bruised, then you're just not trying hard enough.
Well, and you saw Oakland, the one goal, it was a 1-0 loss to Rio Grande Valley last week, and the one goal they gave up was on a play just like the one that you saw. A high press from Rio Grande Valley, forced a turnover. Oakland prefers to build out from the back with some slow, patient possession, but if you can kind of unsettle them, then that may make it a little more difficult. The question for 901 FC, do they have enough energy to keep doing that all night long? Because they're just there's a lot of injuries, not a lot of depth in the squad, so I think they'll have to be patient and pick their spots when they do that high press.
And that's a good point. Depth tonight. Niall Logue at center back, and really you see Reese Buckmaster almost playing a second center back role as well. In fact, speaking of injuries, here's our injury report brought to you by Campbell Clinic. David Egbo yet to see action for Memphis this year. John Berner and Matt Brucker. And this is brought to you by Campbell Clinic. No injury here, but there is a foul on Niall Logue in a dangerous spot here in the 4th minute of action. And Juan Guerra shouting from the sideline. He wants to have a quick word with Fazor.
Well, this is a good position for a free kick. A dangerous spot and something that you're going to have to see some alertness right out of the bat from Muse. High line for 901 FC in defense. To go back to your point about, it was nice to see, and I'm happy that Zach Carroll was named on the bench, although I still think, he's a bit away from being able to play on a regular basis, but at least he's working his way back into the mix. Certainly very, very missed.
It's an in-swinging ball, and that one's going to go harmlessly out for a goal kick. So it looked like Charlie Dennis was trying to find some help on the back post. A little too high, a little overcooked, and Memphis will get the restart here. Not only is Oakland in green, but the pitch is painted green. Well, actually, it's not painted green. It's absolutely gorgeous.
This is beautiful.
And it's still a few weeks away until it becomes a baseball field as well, but you can't even tell that it's been a baseball field. Looks fantastic tonight.
Nice. Yeah, this is the best we've seen it. There were some times last year when it was in pretty rough shape because of the baseball situation, and obviously that's a challenge. And full credit to the crew here at AutoZone Park, because it's not easy to make that transition. They do a really good job with what they've got, and so it looks great tonight. The pitch will be absolutely no issue. I thought last week it was as good as it could be considering the snow but it was a little bit heavy, so this is absolutely flawless tonight. And I expect you can play it on the ground tonight without any problem, without any bobbles, and you can't always say that about certain USL pitches.
Long ball looking for Dennis. It finds Niall Logue instead. Patrick Segrist. And now all the way back to Buckmaster. He'll look to push that down the line. Not a lot of space there to work with for Kelly. He was the player's man of the match last week. Dodson was the broadcast team's man of the match. I would say maybe it could be unanimous, to your point from last week, that the grounds crew here might have been the MVP after 3 to 5 inches of snow and having to take the tarp off and then actually use blowers to blow the snow off of the pitch. They were ready on time. There was no delay.
No, it was really, it was a reasonably good pitch. I mean, considering the circumstances, they did a phenomenal job. Yeah, huge credit to them. A much easier task, thankfully, this week. As you see, in 901 FC, I thought in the early part of that game before the red card, the missed penalty, there were some good areas and some good moments and passages of play. Still understandably trying to find their flow right now, and it doesn't help when you don't really have the back four that you would normally see, and a lot of work from those fullbacks. I know Ben Pierman likes to get those guys forward a little bit and get some width. Don't really have that as much in this 3-5-2. You got some wingbacks kind of thing, so it's a little bit of a tough start, Tim, to kind of get some flow to this match and to get some flow to the way that you want to play.
Would you think it would be fair to say that Ben Pearman did not get a true look at his club last week because his hands were tied after the 35th minute? Because to see, even if Memphis in their formations, he never had a chance to adjust 11 v 11. It was 10 versus 11 the last 55 minutes, and until right before the final whistle of the first half, they were toe to toe with Pittsburgh. That goal by Dane Kelly was a backbreaker though, and then after that, Pittsburgh really just clamped down on Memphis and took instead of really pressing forward, they just took counter opportunities and took advantage of 2 of those, and the scoreline really could have been 1-0 as well as Memphis played. Just some bad luck. And there's a beautiful save as Carlsonen is denied from 6 yards out. Trey Muse with a beautiful kick save off of his line. That'll be the first corner kick of the match between these 2 clubs. Terrific job as Carlsonen was able to take a touch. And as he did, he whipped in a low left-footed shot. That one could have easily hugged the near post, but Trey Muse covered it wisely. Here's an in-swinger on the corner. That one is headed up and out.
First real chance of the match, and a very good chance, big chance for Oakland Roots. A terrific work down that right side to get to the end line and then cut it back. Anytime you can get to that end line, cut it back, it's a dangerous position. Carlson, 9 caps for the Icelandic national team on loan from Venezia. Big-time player, and you saw it there. One-touch spin, terrific save from Muse to keep it 0-0.
Looks like another in-swinger again, Peter. This is going to come inside the 6. Muse with a punch. Not totally convincing, though. Cleared back out. Memphis a chance to clear their lines. They do, and that's going to force Oakland all the way back. Akeem Ward will send that back to Taylor Bailey. We've seen Akeem Ward here before. He played for North Carolina FC. Hit a screaming goal against Memphis in the summer of 2020. Now Oakland centering pass goes begging just wide. That's going to be out for a throw as Edgardo Rito looks like he fell awkwardly on his right hand, maybe his wrist. He's clutching that.
Looks like he's okay, but between Rito and Asukar on that right side of the attack, they're really going after the left side where this makeshift defensive look is experiencing their first real push, real challenge, as Oakland asking a lot of questions of this sort of back 5 that it ends up being in those kinds of situations.
Memphis with the throw in here, 9th minute of play. 0-0. Both teams still looking for their first goal of the season. Who will it be? It's a throw in to Philip Goodrum.
Well, and now to find out, and to go back to something that you were saying earlier, I really think Ben Pearman's a terrific coach, and some coaches are good managers of people, but maybe tactically they don't quite do as much. Some guys are better with tactics, but maybe aren't so good with people. I think Ben Pearman does a little bit of both and does it really well as far as managing his guys, but he also gets the most out of them. If you remember last year, got off to a really rough start in 901 FC amid a lot of injuries, and some guys that were signed late, loanees that came late, and it wasn't easy.
There's Derek Dotson. He plows through the keeper. Will we have a foul? Yes. We'll see if he goes in the book. I don't think he's going to go in the book, although he had an extra step or 2 on the follow-through. We'll see if Ben Mayer
got a little aggressive. Anytime a forward sees, and we'll see a yellow there.
Yeah.
You hate to see an early yellow. That's kind of what we saw last week. Get a little sweaty when you see that sort of thing this early. Forwards, when they get a sight of the ball and that they get just like a bull seeing red, they just start charging at it, and sometimes that can be trouble for the keeper. But to the point about Ben Pearman, he's been really good at getting the most out of his guys, and I think that's going to be the challenge with this group right now, because this is not their favorite formation, probably not their favorite group of guys. And certainly you can see on the left side of the defense already some issues, but he's done a really good job of making the most out of it, and I think you'll see Memphis probably grow into this match as a result of that.
Carlsonen will have to stay on the sideline until hailed back on. He had a boot change. I don't know if it was the length of the studs he needed to change out. We're back underway, but that was a yellow card in the 10th minute for Derek Dotson, and it does look like Taylor Bailey, the keeper, is okay. And to Bailey's credit, he came out charging hard. He was very decisive in his moves, and I'll tell you, that's the quickest way to get yanked out of goal if you don't come out full bore on these. There's a nice settle down by Daniel Barbier. He was with Sporting 2 in recent years. We've seen him. He's been a thorn in the side of Memphis, and he's now wearing the green of the Oakland Roots. Now, brief spell of possession here. Carlson with his new cleats. His first touch was true. Good drop back and a tackle by Malloy, and here comes Kelly. He'll streak down, finding Goodrum, goes inside looking for Dodson. He's posted up just outside of the 18. He goes down, and we have a call just outside of the box. That'll be right on the D. Very dangerous situation here for Memphis 901 FC. So after just picking up a yellow card, he's now set Memphis up for a scoring opportunity. Yeah, a couple of the green jerseys, and it looks like he got plowed in from behind. Well,
and again, it's that second man that comes in. I think he was pretty well under control. It was a big size advantage that Oakland Roots had there with the center back. He had it under control. And then, as happens sometimes, you know, you've got a midfielder that wants to come take a little nibble, and the next thing you know, you've given up a free kick. Now the question comes, who wants this? There's 2 or 3 guys that would be optimal for this. This is set up really well for a right footer. And it's, to me, Tim, this is the ideal distance. It's not quite too close. You can get it up and down fast enough to be able to put this on goal. It's a dangerous opportunity.
Is it Malloy? Is it Kiss You Do? Oh! And Malloy! Peter called it. Malloy did it. And Memphis 901 FC gets their first goal of the season and their first lead of the season here in the 13th minute. Peter, a beautiful Chick-fil-A Mid-South goal.
It was the ideal position. Love that spot on the pitch because you can get it up and down, and look at what he did. Absolutely flawless. They call that the postage stamp. That is upper 90. You can't do anything with that. Keeper reaching for it in vain. Nothing he could do about that. You could probably put 2 keepers in the goal, and I'm not sure that either one would be able to save that one. Malloy, that you will struggle to hit a better ball this season than that. Absolutely perfect. 1-0. Can't ask for a better start for Memphis 901 FC. And, it's nice to get the benefit of the doubt on a dead ball situation.
So now what can Memphis do with this? They're now on the front foot here after a 14th minute goal, his first of the season, the team's first of the season. They lead 1-0, and we'll see how Oakland responds to this. Still very early on, and it's been a very active first quarter hour for Taylor Bailey. Here's Niall Logue with a dropped back pass for a header. Muse was not out of the goal frame, but fortunately he was on his toes and not on his heels, or that would have been an unforced error for a corner kick. And
I don't know if you saw the Irishman, Lowe giving him an earful. It was a little off the script on that situation there.
I couldn't tell if Niall said "my bad" or "hey, get your you-know-what over here."
No, it was not a "my bad." I don't typically see a lot of like that when it comes to "my bads." Niall is not one to mince words. What a terrific free kick, though. I mean, Malloy, that is just what you want to settle the team down. A little bit against the run of play, because I think Oakland's probably, shaded it on points in this first 15 minutes. But this was, whenever you can get an opportunity like that, about 20 yards or so out, you love it. And Malloy, again, you won't hit one better than that.
Here comes Oakland with an opportunity, but yet again another header, this time facing Muse. And it was Malloy with the header. It was nice and true. Of course it was nice and true, because it was one of the Select soccer balls. They're celebrating their 75th anniversary. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. Choose what you play with at www.selectsportamerica.com. An opportunity from Memphis goes begging just wide.
That was Dodson right there. And what a terrific job. I thought Goodrum really contributed well, chesting that down perfectly into the path of the on-running Dodson, who ends up with a one-on-one against the keeper. A little bit of a far-out angle. The angle was not ideal, but he missed it kind of badly from there, honestly.
Would he have done better with his right foot in that instance to be able to use the inside and open up and try to curl that back post, you think?
Maybe. I don't know how comfortable he would have been in that situation. But if he's going to go left, he has to go a little bit tighter because, man, he opened that angle up too far and gave himself a little too much to do. That being said, Tim, he missed it quite widely. It just was unfortunately kind of snatched at it a little bit. I think the nerves may have gotten a little bit to him there at that point. Dotson's so excited. You could tell he's eager for the goal. And boy, would that have been something to go up 2-0 this early in the match.
Memphis with another opportunity and another crack at the goal. Taylor Bailey dodging a bullet there. Here's Segrist. He'll give it over to the captain, quickly over to Kissydu, who's wearing he's wearing 11 this year instead of 30. Let's hope he pops that many goals this year. That would be great. Here comes Memphis down the right side with Devin Boyce. He'll drop it off to Goodwin. Goodwin would love to get a crack at goal tonight. The former Atlanta 2-star looking to ply his trade here in Memphis. It's Carlson now drops that off, and a counter by Oakland. Work down the right side to Azakar. Azakar will go down the wing to Rito. He cuts inside, no foul. Play on. Leston Paul will drop that off to Goodrum, who came all the way back to his defending third, and will settle that down. And Memphis now trying to work down the left side to Kissydu. Back to Goodrum. And Memphis getting a nice little spell of possession here. No rush here. They're up 1-0, 18th minute. Tim Van Horn and Peter Edmiston with you. Now Logue in his natural position. You've got Reese Buckmaster working by his side. Normally one of the wing backs, but he's working as a center back. There's a little bit of the, I know it wasn't luck of the Irish, but there was some English, Peter, that spun that one out for a Memphis throw.
Well, and it's to go back to that play with Asukar a little bit, you could see, or this was
Cerrito.
It was, that one, he went down a little bit too easily with Cerrito, and you could tell he was kind of going down before the contact, but that's a little heart and mouth moment when you see one-on-one player goes down like that. Some officials, if they're in the wrong mood, might be in trouble.
There's a curling ball just over the top as Charlie Dennis has a go from just outside the 18. That was all set up, a nice crossing pass by our player to watch, Formella, setting that up from the left side to the right. Another opportunity just outside the frame. Trey Muse with another goal kick. Say what you will, Memphis has had a couple of shots, but so has Oakland. Oakland has just been off of the mark here tonight, and they look like they're in the mood to open their account tonight for their first goal. They dropped that opener at Rio Grande Valley 1-0. A playoff team. They lost to eventual champion Orange County, and Trey Muse airmails that one out of play. Don't miss a minute of the action in 2022. The USL Championship on ESPN moves into April. San Diego Loyal SC welcomes El Paso Locomotive FC for an early season showdown Sunday, April the 3rd at 5 o'clock Eastern on ESPN Deportes. Make sure you check that out.
Now, it's interesting to see, if you watch Muse here, going long and throughout his goal kicks and, kicking the ball after saves, he's been trying to go short, and Oakland has just definitively pushed up. 4 and 5 guys, way up, and it's forced him to go long every time, kind of befuddled the plan a little bit.
Here's Dodson with the ball to Goodrum. He has Kissyadu. He has to fight through one tackle, and then gets it over far side to Boyce. He'll drop that off to Kelly, and they'll reset that and work that around the back. Memphis getting shut down the right flank. Good job by Oakland. And send it all the way back to Trey Muse. What do you think about these blue kits? You like the Memphis blue kits? I'm loving them.
Yeah, no, they're very nice. I like the blue socks with them especially. Looks good. It's a good color matchup here, Tim. I like, anytime I'm calling a match, I need a good contrast. That's really what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And this is, you can't ask for much better. This looks like Brazil out there.
Or Norwich. For Oakland? No?
Yeah, no, I just, come on, Tim. They're going to be relegated this year. It's not even discussed though.
Wait, you're a Newcastle. How are you a standing snob being a Newcastle fan? How does that work? Of course, I'm a West Ham fan, so I learn the hard way every third year.
It's been two for us in the last 10 years, so I can't say much.
Oakland will send it all the way back to Bailey. Memphis pressing 2. with Goodrum and Dotson. Of course, Dotson early on, a yellow card plowing through the goalkeeper. Nice bit of 1-2 work down the wing by Oakland, and now they'll press. Good cover by Memphis thus far. There's a ball right down the middle. It went behind Carlson and right into the hands of Trey Muse. The diagonal run actually went away from goal. If it had gone toward goal, would have been interesting to see if Niall Logue would have been goal side. But a little cat and mouse here for Oakland. And now some high pressure. It's good work by Jose Hernandez to force Niall Logue to drop that one.
Well, Muse, put in a bad spot. He kicked it into the onto the warning track all the way out there at AutoZone Park. That's, this is the press, and it can cause problems. It's hurt Oakland on both ends. They've had trouble dealing with it on their own end, but they've also been able to unsettle the defensive front of Ben Pierman and 901 FC as a result of that. So, you kind of give and get a little bit.
Ben's going with the Jesse Marsh look with the jeans tonight. Hey, it worked. It worked
got the
well
hole
for
in the
Leeds.
jeans too. It's kind of classic, extra little style there. I prefer that. I don't want my manager wearing a suit.
He's under 40. He can get away with that.
I don't want my manager wearing a suit under any circumstance, or a uniform for that matter, like baseball. We don't need that.
Here's Dotson over to Kissidou. He's got space to penetrate if he wants. Instead, he'll go to Boyce down the right side. Now Goodrum with a run, but that is picked off. Nice work by Darius Formella, but Memphis gets it right back. Here's Kissidou trying to work some magic, but that's a no-go for him. Sliding tackle by Boyce. Malloy with the header, playing a little ping pong here just outside the 18, and now Oakland will settle that down, and here they come down the other side of the pitch. This will be Edgardo Rito, and dropping this off to Azakar.
You never like to do that.
No,
you never like that to happen to you.
I was going to let you just take that one. Here's Boyce. They don't have the numbers, but just outside the 18, he does have Kissidou. He's got Malloy to his left. He's able to settle that down after a heavy pass. Here is Patrick Segrist. Oakland getting back, doing a very good job here. Here's Boyce. Does he have a shot? No, Dotson thought he might have one. Here's Dotson on his left foot if he can take it. Good sliding challenge. And Oakland coming back the other way. And there's an unforced error, and that's going to be out for a Memphis throw.
Tim, 901 FC certainly improved over the last 10 minutes, not even just because the goal has been nice, but even just in general play, you've seen some improvement from 901 FC. I think they've shaded the last 10 minutes. What needs to happen now is a little more composure. I thought they had put it in decent position. Boyce, for example, a couple times he's missed some passes that he might have seen, some overlaps and some opportunities. And the way Oakland presses, if you could take one touch and keep moving it, you're going to have opportunities because they are giving up space, particularly on the outside, but you have to be able to take that one touch, do it quickly, and keep it moving, and that's been a bit of a struggle so far at times for some of the forward players.
There's a foul. Kissidou plowing through Ben Meyer. The referee tried to play the advantage, but that next touch is disrupted by Malloy. He's going to bring that foul back. That's a good call by the referee. It's going to be right at the center circle. So either you play this short or you hoof it. Either way, Memphis is taking no chances. You got Muse at the top of the 6, and it looks like they're setting a line about 20 yards off of the goal line. A couple of options here for Oakland. They may get aggressive here with this. Charlie Dennis will send that into the box. There's a header, and easily corralled off the head of Fuenmayor by Trey Muse.
Well, and I think Fuenmayor, I don't know, the plan, it would have made a lot of sense if he could have just crossed with his head rather than took that shot. You don't have enough power on that cross to be able to generate anything with your header, but if you could loop it across and see, when a looping ball comes like that, you really have to generate a ton of power with your neck to get any kind of a header on it. If he goes across the box, there's opportunities there. So I don't know if that was just a improv on his part, but that's not the way you want to do it.
Yeah, the glancing header just didn't have a lot of mustard. If he plows through that, maybe a better chance. But
the glancing header only works if you've got power on the cross, and there was no power on that cross.
Here's Rito down the wing. He'll center this one in near the top of the box, headed away by Malloy, but only as far as Oakland to Charlie Dennis. He's dispossessed. Dotson. And now Kissidou trying to find a little bit of space, and Meyer will eventually make the foul call. Leston Paul over to Devin Boyce, and now Memphis
I got to say,
restarting.
I got to say, Tim, so far, you know, the USL Championship officials can be a bit of a mixed bag. You never quite know what you're going to get, but so far Benjamin Meyer, I think, has done a really nice job. There's been a couple times when you've seen some players try to buy some fouls, and a lot of times less experienced officials might go ahead and give them, but he's not been fooled so far. I think he's handled this well.
27th minute, and here's a through ball into Goodrum down the box. There's a centering pass. That is played well goal side by Oakland, and they'll chip that out to near midfield, but only as far as Reese Buckmaster. Boyce plays through with the takeaway. Malloy wants the ball. He gets it. He's got help on the left side. He'll take a shot, and that's just over the bar.
Malloy's got the shooting boots on today, Tim. Some dynamite in those boots. Didn't look like he got a lot of backlift on that, and then just powered through. And all of a sudden, that thing flew.
That's a 35-yarder.
caught everyone off guard.
They better check the concession stand, because I think he stole the mustard, because he just ripped that one.
I mean, that wasn't far off at all. So Malloy already with the goal to his name on a terrific free kick. That time, that was about 10 yards further out, and it had the goalkeeper beaten just about a yard or so north of where it needed to be.
I'm sure Bailey probably heard that ball whiz over his head.
Well, he wasn't going to get it. That's for sure. He was late on the dive. So Malloy has been a very pleasant surprise today in what he's been able to do, and showing an awful lot of power with that shooting, that right foot of his.
And what a great story coming up from Forward Madison of USL's League One. It's always good when you can see the players move up the ranks as the players come into League Two, League One, say, hey, okay, this guy did it. I can do that too. It's a long pass looking for Goodrum down the wing. That might have been deflected off of Oakland. Straight out.
I think he just kind of skewed it out a little bit. I know he'll appreciate you saying that, Tim, but I think he just kind of caught off the side of the foot a little bit.
Hey, grace is unfair until you need a little bit.
Exactly.
There's a foul. No grace on that. That'll be a restart quickly. I think they're going to send that one back. I don't think they let you restart with a rolling soccer ball. Laws of the game say that's a no-no. Well, the clouds parted out early. It was a little chilly this morning, but the weather's quite pleasant here at AutoZone Park. Not a cloud to be found. It's sunny skies now, especially with Memphis picking up the 1-0 lead for them, the home crowd right now into this, and getting treated, especially after last week. So many close opportunities against Pittsburgh, and to see them finally finish one. I know Ben Pierman mentioned that's something they've been working on this week.
Well, for sure, they've looked a lot better, and it was hard. Again, it was hard to tell because of the way that game happened. You know, last week with the red card. You know, about 35-minute mark of the first half. You know, you're spending 2/3 of the match a man down. It's really hard to tell exactly what your team is going to look like. This time, at least so far through this third of the match, pretty solid forward play. There's been some nice passing and some nice movement up front. A little vulnerability along the left-hand side of the defense, but that's to be understood because of the nature of not having full healthy rosters and playing a bit of a different formation than I'm sure Ben Pierman would probably prefer. So all in all, I think 30 minutes into the match, if you're 901 FC, you've got to be pretty thrilled with the way things have gone thus far.
I would think so. In possession right now, 50-50. I think maybe the one thing that he would want is maybe to establish some sort of dominance being the home team. But there's no doubt that they're showing the ambition. But Oakland, to their credit, they've been on the front foot at times in this match. There's a good takeaway by Dodson. Malloy. Pass was just a little too heavy for him. Cleared out by Fazora. And now Oakland will try to work out of a press by Memphis here, pressing 3 high. Good hustle play by Dotson, making it just very difficult to clear it out of the defending third. That'll be a throw in for Oakland. But Ben Pierman has shown a penchant for that at times. You pick your spots and you press high, you press hard. You just don't do it all of the time. You make yourself unpredictable.
Well, and we mentioned, earlier that was how Oakland gave up their goal last week. The press is not something that they seem to be particularly comfortable with. I don't think their defenders play the ball especially well with their feet at this point. They look a little bit unsteady in those tight spaces. It's exactly what you want. You want to put some pressure on them, and you're seeing the result of it now. Some errant passes just look a little shaken up right now, and that's kind of exactly what you want to see from 901 FC. Now, a little more composure in this part of the pitch, Tim, and there's another goal or two in this first half. I don't know the prediction game. Who knows? But I don't think we're going into halftime 1-0.
Still a third of the first half to go. There's a through ball. Goodrum shot and a goal. I'm taking Peter Edmiston down to Tunica. He's called his shot not once, not twice, but a beautiful through ball. Memphis 901 FC doubles their lead. Oakland is not thrilled by this Chick-fil-A Mid-South goal. Darius Formella protesting with the assistant referee. Here's another look. Malloy, the soft touch there. And then what about the ball from Dodson?
Beautiful little back flick from Dodson right onto the on-running Goodrum, who absolutely perfect. One touch, first time, back of the net. We talked about it, Tim, just a little bit of composure in those, and they found it right there. Dodson, perfect. You can't ask for better. Perfect little flick, and what a finish. Cool as you like for Goodrum into the back of the net.
And now, after protestation, the goal has been
offside.
Taken back for offside.
I'd like to see that again because it was awfully close. I don't know that we got a perfect angle of that one. The Bluff City Mafia chanting VAR. I don't think we're quite there yet.
Here's Kelly over to Goodrum. He'd like to get a goal for real here. He's trying to work his way through, but right through Oakland traffic. And you know how that can be during the weekdays. On Saturday, it was tough here in the 34th minute. Good hustle play by Kelly. That'll be a throw-in for Oakland. Yeah. Wow.
Like to see, again, I don't know. It was hard to get the angle. All right, so here we go. If you want to take a look. Yeah, he's offside.
But only by about half a yard.
Yeah, he's not too, well, it was a fair bit offside. Hard to tell because that's the only angle that we got right there to be able to really tell. We got now a yellow card coming in.
So Goodrum does get in the scorebook. It's not for the goal, but now it's for a yellow card here in the 34th minute. I don't know what he said or did there in the interim, but he's now in the book. Now 2 of our scoring threats are sitting on a yellow card here in the 35th minute, and Memphis still leads by a score of 1-0.
And it's a shame, too, because both now, it's going to affect your willingness to high press. If you got forwards are not always the smoothest tacklers and the best decision makers in defense. Sometimes that can affect your high press, and yellow card can be tough.
Oh, it's an over-the-top ball, beautifully played off the chest of Muse. Segrist has a whiff at it. Rito tries to save it. He will along the sideline as Memphis is able to get numbers back now. There's Charlie Dennis, and that ball is to nobody except to Memphis 901 FC. Here comes Boyce. He's got Goodrum down the far side. He'll take him. Good spin move. He maintains possession. Now he's got Boyce and guys in the box. Ooh, good sliding challenge, though. And now we'll have our first Celtic crossing corner kick.
Terrific sliding tackle from Ward to be able to pop that ball away because he did have options in the center. Some good work along the right side from Boyce to go along with Kelly, and plenty of chances now coming for Memphis 901 FC. Looking a more confident team. Oakland, there was a pass on, Tim, in that last second. I'm sure Carlson is really irritated. He made a perfect run and nobody saw it.
In swinger, that's going to be about 10 yards out from goal. Lowe goes up for it. He goes down. No foul called. Oakland now having a chance to try to clear the lines, but that's picked off by Kelly. Good sliding challenge. However, only as far as Boyce. Now Kissiadou with a high pass to Dotson. And here comes Malloy. He'll bring it all the way back to Leston Paul and settle things down. Some anxious moments again for Oakland. Memphis, some opportunities. Weren't able to cash in on that last one because of an offside call. And now Muse will come near side looking for Segrist. Out for a Memphis throw. Tempo of the game has been I would say it's been above average speed-wise. I think we've had a nice fast match go on here tonight.
Now, both these teams look a lot crisper than they did last week. I think conditions probably play the part in that, certainly from the 901 FC side. Also playing with 11 men plays a part in that as well. But I think they've really improved quite a bit. And same thing for Oakland, too. Oakland is playing better than they did last week as well. But I got to give a lot of credit, not only for the goal, but just for in general. You're seeing Malloy, number 6, in the middle of the pitch, and he's kind of playing that pivot role. And there's a double pivot for Oakland, but he's playing in that pivot role as a single for 901 FC. But he's just by himself is kind of dominating the midfield play.
It's a ball headed on, nicely done by Formella, but Trey Muse sniffing that out.
Malloy has taken out a couple of guys and has really neutralized a lot of what Oakland's tried to do in the center of the pitch. You haven't seen them have any kind of control there, and numerically they actually do. But he's done a really good job of taking care of them defensively, and then on offense you've seen him score the goal, nearly had another, and has gotten forward with great effect. So Malloy rather's played terrific so far.
Logue with the restart. He'll look for the corner with Dotson.
And again, that's a perfect situation right there. You get a nice throw deep in your opponent's third, and now you're in the opportunity to put a little pressure on them. And 901 FC, since about 15 minutes in the match, it's been almost entirely 901 FC, save for one or two opportunities for Oakland. But by and large, Memphis certainly deserving of the lead, and maybe deserves to be up more than 1-0.
Oakland has tried to take their chances, and I see what they're trying to do. They're working hard on the counterattack, looking to go perhaps over the top. They've had a couple of opportunities, been well sniffed out by Niall Logue.
That's certainly a foul. It was a rugby tackle over there. Can't do that.
Yeah, I think the state wrestling tournament's going on. I think that's at least a 1-point takedown.
Yeah, this is UFC night. You can't do that. This again, another good opportunity here to put a ball in and to cause some bother on the inside. You see Dotson, who has been just a thorn in the side, and Fuenmayor there with what I like to call like a side Russian leg sweep there from a WWE point of view.
This is a 7-a-side size pitch kind of corner kick here. This is a tricky one for Bailey. Logue goes down, no foul called, and out for a goal kick.
Well, and that was a disappointing delivery. I mean, I think Logue, maybe didn't like the way things went. Maybe they got caught up. But Tim, that was too far. That thing was really about a yard or two way further than you needed to be.
Can't watch the match? No worries. Turn on SiriusXM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesday nights at 7 Eastern, plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS, English Premier League, and more, all on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SXM app. My two favorites are Russell Hargreaves and Tom Rennie on the play-by-play over in England. They are fun to listen to first thing in the morning heading to the gym. There's a foul on Oakland.
Heading to the gym. Look at you.
I didn't say I worked hard. I just said I showed up.
Just out here, just flexing on everybody, hitting the gym. Pull-ups, push-ups, you name it.
I go sit in the sauna for about 20 minutes, sweat, and my wife thinks I worked out for 2 hours.
That's No, I know you, Tim. You're a hard worker. I know you can. You don't have to poor mouth yourself. You put in a lot. You put in the hours, my friend.
Here's Goodrum with the steal, top of the box, looking for some help from Boyce. However, kept in by Segrist. Kissiadu will go to the wing for Kelly. Kelly toes one in for Segrist. Shot with a header and a goal! That's onside, baby! Segrist out. Another Chick-fil-A Mid-South goal, and Memphis 901 FC, this time for reals, Peter, up 2-0.
I told you this wasn't going into the half 1-0. Perfect delivery, chipped right over the top, and Segrist, what a beautiful diving header into that upper left-hand corner. What a nice little chip delivery. That's perfect. That's exactly what you want. And that run coming in from deep was not tracked. Oakland has had a real tough time tracking the forward runs of a number of players, and Segrist that time sneaking out the back door and diving in. Perfect placement, perfect goal. They deserve a 2-0 lead, and they've got one going into the break.
Segrist in the 42nd minute, a beautiful Chick-fil-A Mid-South goal. 901 FC leads this one 2-0, and now Oakland here just trying to get to halftime, down by 2. They'll take their chances here. They need to scratch one back sooner rather than later, but sitting at 2-0. It's going to be an interesting halftime talk, which, by the way, we're going to get a chance to talk with Ben Pierman at halftime. I think he's going to be, he's never chipper. He's not gonna, even if 7-8-0, he's still not going to be chipper.
Coaches aren't chipper in general, but he should be thrilled in his heart of hearts. I'm sure he's going to be thrilled with the way things have gone. I mean, it really, they've looked terrific going forward, except for first couple minutes when everything was just kind of a little unsettled. Once they've kind of gotten the rhythm of this match, they've looked dangerous almost every time. Down the pitch, scored 2, had another one disallowed.
I think he's going to like the response. I think the theme is going to be we've responded in the first 45 minutes compared to the result that we got last week.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, again, that ball chipped in from Kelly was wonderful. That was a big time, high quality chip that was just begging, pleading, somebody head me, please. And boy, was that call answered by Segrist in some style. Also, credit to the left side of the 901 FC defense, because they've improved a lot. They were really having some trouble with Oakland early on, but they've buttoned it up and caused Oakland some issues for sure.
There's a ball that is shanked. Philip Goodrum putting some pressure on Rito. Rito has no chance other than to just head that out for a throw. Smart play on the other end of the pitch as Niall Logue played Trey Muse off to the right of the goal to clear it down the pitch, and Philip Goodrum having himself a first half. He's been very active. He got the yellow card and almost had himself a goal. He was offside earlier on. The replay showed that the assistant referee was spot on with that. Here's Memphis. They're trying to get the third one before the halftime whistle, but Oakland, Charlie Dennis, cross midfield. He's going to have to hold that up. Doesn't have numbers just yet. Here's Azakar looking for Rito down the wing. Rito sends a big duck into the box. Trey Muse can't handle it, though, and that's out for a corner kick.
Well, Muse kind of lost track of that ball, and Kelly was running back. Formella was there for Oakland, and dangerous situation, not great communication. Both guys couldn't quite figure out where the ball was. It ends up going off of, I think, Kelly's thigh and out of play. Corner kick for Oakland. Now remember, this was the time of the match last week when 901 FC gave up that goal. It was really took the wind out of their sails.
45th minute here, and here's the outswinger by Dennis. The header too far underneath it. That goes straight up, and then Dodson just clears it anywhere but near the goal, out for a throw. Memphis is able to reset their lines here.
Tim, I think Formella was surprised that ball came through as quickly as it did to him. That was a clear header for him. He's a very good finisher. I think he looked surprised and probably disappointed with that 2 minutes of added time here in the
Not just added time, Miller Lite stoppage time.
Miller Lite stoppage time. And, if I had a Miller Lite here and they'd let me drink it, I'd go ahead and pop one open.
We got a minimum of 2 minutes of Miller Lite stoppage time. It has been added. And when it comes to having a Miller Lite in the box, don't ask, don't tell.
Listen to me. 2 minutes. I can go through a Miller Lite in 2 minutes. No problem. Maybe 2. Oakland's Juan Guerra in the Oakland coaching box may have to go through a Miller Lite or 2 to figure out what's going on with this team. It has really all gone kind of south for Oakland Roots after a promising start.
Here's Goodrum. He settles that down nicely. He cuts to the outside and then back to the middle, and he's dispossessed. Nice bit of work there. He tried to dribble through one, dribble through two, but Fasora wasn't having any of it.
Well, Goodrum, Nashville kid who's, Ben Pierman told us during the week, the hardest working kid on the team. He's out there just working hard. Missed the penalty last week. He was disappointed about that. He's really had a nice game. Was hoping he'd go ahead and get that goal. Still might to cap it off. But in terms of overall forward play, had a really good night. You can see the skill level he's got. One final attack here for Oakland. Try to fend that off.
Azakar down the left wing. Good tackle by Reese Buckmaster. Haven't had to call his name that much tonight. He's been solid out there for Memphis, in the right place at the right time. Final seconds here, we think, of the first half. Fuen Mayor will switch fields over to Akeem Ward. Will they get one more chance at goal, or will they piddle around in midfield? And I think that's going to do it for the first half. We are through the first 45 minutes here at AutoZone Park, and after a 3-0 defeat at Pittsburgh, Memphis 901 FC has responded well. They lead this one by a score of 2-0. Coming up, we'll have a look around the league, your league scoreboard, your stats, and so much more. You're watching USL Championship, Memphis 2, Oakland Roots 0. We'll be back with more halftime information and the second half coming right up.
FedEx employees, have you heard? There's a financial institution just for you. FedEx Employees Credit Association. Join today to get bigger returns and competitive rates on savings, checking, loans, and investing services. Visit FECCA.com to apply. Employees, have you heard? There's a financial institution just for you. FedEx Employees Credit Association. Join today to get bigger returns and competitive rates on savings, checking, loans, and investing services. Visit FECCA.com to apply.
They're having a good time at AutoZone Park. It is halftime here. Memphis 901 FC leads Oakland 2-0. Coming up, we'll have a look around the league scoreboard. We'll have your halftime stats and talk to head coach Ben Pierman. You're watching the USL Championship. Memphis 2, Oakland Roots 0. Second half coming up.
Marlone! What a debut for the Legion!
Goes back post, it's Harry Swartz, and it's flicked in! Harry Swartz opens up the scoring for New Mexico. Welcome back, Harry Swartz.
Farrell long through the middle, lets this run through, Aiden Quinn on it. Aiden Quinn! Oh, the audacity! Phoenix Rising.
Sagburst centering, diving header for the first first goal in Miami FC. Get the early goal from Joshua Perez.
3 red cards out of the first 4 matches.
Here's a header, it's in! It's the first ever goal for Monterey Bay!
Goes topics frequently. I mean, yeah, let's talk about today where I'm gonna go topics.
Roll it down.
I am.
You don't need a car to listen to Sirius XM. You can listen anywhere. You know that, right?
What? Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio.
Kevin, you could use your phone.
What? What?
Alexa, play Kevin Hart's Laugh Out Loud Radio on Sirius XM.
What?
This is how I know you're getting old. I guess that was it.
What?
Steers it to Diego. Unselfish Diego. Put it in! What a goal!
Comando Moreno sticks it in, and New Mexico United take the lead, and the laugh is rocking.
Memphis 901 FC Soccer is brought to you by Terminix, defenders of home, and by AutoZone. Get in the zone.
Memphis 901 FC leads at the half 2-0 over Oakland Roots. Tim Van Horn and Peter Edmonston with you this evening from AutoZone Park. And let's take a look around the league this evening. It is not a quiet night in the USL Championship. Of course, last week we saw it in front of us here. Dane Kelly got his 100th career goal in USL Championship. He also earned Player of the Week honors. Memphis 901 FC, the striker on loan from Vancouver Whitecaps, will miss more time with an adductor injury. He was the 9th overall pick in the 2021 MLS Super Draft. We can't wait to see him in action for Memphis. And, of course, for 901 FC, they're heading to Vegas, baby. They're going to be taking on the Las Vegas Lights. Those teams have never met up before. That's going to be a late one, though. We're going to burn the midnight oil. 9 o'clock kickoff next week, Peter.
Late night for you and me, and with the Vegas. That's going to be exciting to see. I like these cross-division matchups like this one, like Vegas. See something new.
Yeah, a little variety, spice of life. Let's take a look at the league scoreboard, as there are a few other matches taking place tonight in the USL Championship. Of course, Detroit City FC, we can't wait to see them. That's where Ben Pierman cut his chops back in the day. They lead Charleston Battery. Actually, they won that match in the 20th minute, no score between Louisville City and the Miami FC. Tampa Bay leads Indy 11 1-0 and 1-1 in Pittsburgh and Hartford.
Yes, indeed. I think this is Pittsburgh, no surprise to see what they've done. No surprise to see Tampa Bay, Louisville, obviously. The Miami FC, again, keeping a close eye because of the connections that we've seen, Segbers, Murphy, guys like that. I think that's fun to see, Tim.
Yeah, and Miami has dropped some serious coin on picking up some players. We'll see if that gets them in the mix. Right now, Memphis 901 FC definitely in the mix as we take a look at our halftime stats this evening. As the possession this evening, Memphis has not had the lion's share. It's been pretty close, though. 52-48 in what they've had has been quality. Both teams getting a couple of shots on target, but for Memphis, they're 2 for 2 on their shots on target. Trey Muse with a couple of big saves this evening. The difference, and fouls tonight pretty even, although yellow cards. This could play a factor in the second half. You've got Dodson and you've got Goodrum both sitting on a yellow. But if you're the coach, don't you just basically say, don't go in like a whirling dervish in the second half and we should be fine?
Yeah, be careful. And sometimes it's easier said than done for some forward players. But I think in general, if you look at the stats, it looks pretty even. Yeah. But it really tells you a difference, though, in the clinical nature of what 901 FC has done. They finished beautifully and had the other one, another great goal disallowed, for rightly so, for offside. But they've had 2 phenomenal goals they've scored already.
Yeah, so far the numbers fairly even. The difference, Memphis 901 FC has taken their 2 chances. Oakland has gone begging on their 2. But that may not be the case in the second half. Coming up, we've got first half highlights, and we'll talk with head coach Ben Pierman of Memphis 901 FC, who lead Oakland Roots 2-0.
Tex-Mex.
Tex-Mex. Termites.
Don't mess up your deck with Tex-Mex. Terminex, here to help.
Weird. Come on. Great. You for real? Ah! So maybe just a cable?
We can help you.
Welcome to America's #1 battery destination, AutoZone, your battery solution.
Welcome back to AutoZone Park. Tim Van Horn and Peter Edmondson with you. Memphis 901 FC leads this one by a score of 2-0. The stats show it was pretty even. The first half highlights also show, although Oakland's down by 2, they've had their chances and Memphis has had theirs as well. Let's take a look at some of the first half highlights. The first 45 minutes, actually pretty exciting tonight, Peter, and enjoy this. There's a ball in early on where you had a chance by Carlson, and that was a nice kick save by Trey Muse there off the bottom of the boot. I think if his shoe's one size a little bit smaller, maybe that one goes in, a shot over the top, and then, of course, you called it.
Perfect free kick. Absolutely perfect free kick. Right foot, can't get any better than that. Into the left side of the net, high, and there was no chance for Bailey to do anything about that. Gave Memphis 901 FC a deserved 1-0 lead, and here was another opportunity right afterwards to make it 2-0, and one that Dodson wishes he could have back.
Yep.
Right there. Here's another blast for Malloy. Goodness.
Malloy with a goal earlier. He tried to go for a brace. That one just sailing over the bar, giving a lot of trouble to Taylor Bailey. Here's a 1-2-3 from Dodson to Goodrum, and Memphis fans thought it was 2-0 at that point, but offside was called. The ball in by Kelly just moments later, though. Patrick Segrist made sure that goal would stand. Memphis leads this one by a score of 2-0. We now are joined by Memphis 901 FC's head coach, Ben Pierman, here just before the half. And, Coach, really just one question as you lead 2-0 here. Are you pleased with the response coming from last week's match to these first 45 minutes thus far?
Yeah, definitely. And as we spoke in the week, I was pleased with our response in the second half against Pittsburgh. They worked their tails off. We went for it, and we lost to the better team. This week we were aggressive. I'm looking at the highlights. We had 5-6 great chances. They had one corner kick. We got to make sure we're disciplined. You guys probably saw it better than me. I thought it was clear as day penalty, but You know, the referees from Memphis, they keep assigning them here. We're not going to get those calls ever. It's the same conversation every week here. But, you know, for us, I'm proud of the boys. We're working. We're going after it. We got to have a really good, sharp second half and make sure we keep our discipline.
And your forwards have been very aggressive, pressing high. Second half about to kick off. Coach, good luck. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, there's head coach Ben Pearman from Memphis 901 FC. And we are about set to go here with the second half of this match. Memphis needs this win, as does Oakland. Something's got to give here in the second half because Memphis, this is the end of the initial homestand. They go on the road for 2 before they're back in mid-April. They'll be at Las Vegas on the 26th and then in Detroit City. It'll be a bit of a homecoming for Ben Pearman, where he is a local legend there with that club. He'll go in as the enemy, though, on April 2nd, and then 901 FC back on a Wednesday night. That'll be an ESPN game against FC Tulsa. That is sure to be a barn burner. And looking forward to seeing that one for sure. I think Memphis 901 FC showing here some flashes of what fans were hoping for 2022. Really didn't get much of a chance with the red card coming in the first match, but now Memphis getting to stretch their legs out. So far, so good.
Well, I think he mentioned after what I thought was a really good first half, but he's upset. Ben Pearman was upset about a penalty not being given, and you know that's the mindset you want, you know, from a coach. You never satisfied, never exactly settled with what you've got. But 901 FC, I think, you know, for the most part, should be really thrilled with the way things went. And again, the quality of the goals they scored, and even the one that was disallowed, top notch. You won't see too many better goal pairs in this division than those two.
Here's Goodrum. He's doing some battle, and that's going to be knocked out for a Memphis throw-in. Good pressure on Akeem Ward there. Kelly will give it off to Malloy, who had a great first half. He'd love to carry that into the second for a complete game. Kelly with a subtle pass inside. Good turn by Goodrum, but a sliding challenge by Akeem Ward. Goodrum slow to get up. Play goes on, though. There's good work by Segrist. There's a backheel pass looking for Kisyadu. A little bit on the heavy side. That will go out for a goal kick. So frantic first 45 seconds here in the second half. Picking up where they left off. And Ben got a yellow card.
Ben Pearman, yeah, yellow carded at the half. I'm sure the discussions with that fourth official, who he's still giving an earful to, Ben Pearman could be rather persuasive at times. I think you'll see that right there. You know, using Carlson's size, Carlson had that initial good opportunity with that left foot that we saw in the highlight package. But apart from that, really has gone pretty quiet. He's a big guy, though. He's got a size advantage, pretty sizable one. And using him as a little bit of a route one option might be something you see from Oakland.
Kisyadu cuts inside, looks for Goodrum. The one touch looking for Dotson. That is cleared away easily by Barbier, and that'll be out for a throw-in. I'm a little shocked. A couple of things. One, he's got the jacket on now for the second half, but after some of the calls that went against Memphis last week, I'm surprised he didn't get a yellow card last week, and that he got one this week instead.
Maybe a bit more sympathy given the situation that Memphis 901 FC found itself in. Maybe his comments were a little more pointed. I don't know. I mean, we're not down there, so it's hard to know exactly what he said. I know that Ben Pearman typically doesn't mince words, so I imagine whatever he said was to the point.
Ben Meyer whistling a foul against Memphis. Oakland will restart near midfield here. Oakland roots last year, losing out in the playoffs after a strong second half run. They were near the bottom half of their division for most of the year. A strong run, and gave Orange County SC a run for their money, but Orange County ending up the eventual winner of the USL Championship Cup last year. Good hard challenge there by Kelly. That's out for a corner kick for Oakland.
Well, and you could see a little bit more intensity from Oakland. Tails up a little bit. I'm sure that Juan Guerra had a discussion with them at the half about picking it up a little bit. And I thought they kind of flagged, and he's kind of lagged off a little bit as the half went on. They need to up their energy, and I think they have to start the second half.
Quick touch to Dennis. He'll go out to Akeem Ward, who will bring it all the way back into Hernandez, and there's a flag for a push-off just outside the box. Leston Paul going down. Memphis will get that just outside of their own 18.
Now for 901 FC, I thought they did a good job of playing with the lead. Didn't get too defensive. Sometimes you're tempted to kind of go on the back foot a bit whenever you get that lead and allow Oakland the initiative. They didn't really do that, and it's tricky because this is a team that we mentioned the lack of depth. They don't have a ton of depth on the bench that they're going to be able to use in this second half, and so legs look pretty good. I thought the legs went a little bit at the end of that Pittsburgh match as well over the last 20 or so minutes, so it remains to be seen what will happen, but I thought they've been pretty good in terms of conserving their energy with the press so far. Going to have to do that because I know Oakland's going to challenge them in this first 10-15 minutes and then on into the rest of the match.
Good, strong challenge by Buckmaster. Muse will get hurried. He'll clear that out. That'll go out for an Oakland throw. Buckmaster has done a very good job teaming up with Niall Logue thus far. And that is not a small drink of water. You know it's not going to be a small drink of water when you're going up against a guy named Otar.
Well, that's the thing. It's been a really good showing from the back so far. It's not an ideal situation. Buckmaster's not a typical center back. It's not normally the position that you would see him play. Kind of shifted some things around. Not typically one to play three at the back. There's just been a lot of different things that they've tried, and so far so good. So, we'll see how it goes. Because again, I think Oakland's got a little more left in the tank, Tim. I think you'll see them push a little bit harder in the second half, but I think 901 FC has exceeded expectations early in this match.
There's Boyce with the drop all the way back to Muse, who'll clear it out. Are you ready to get messy? Leo Messi and Hard Rock Cafe have teamed up to create a winning combo. Experience the taste of victory. Smash burgers with a savory Spanish-style chorizo and signature sauce, available for a limited time at the Hard Rock Cafe on historic Beale Street. And that one's cleared out into the stands for an Oakland throw. What would a Ronaldo burger be? Would that be a hamburger with a mirror on the side?
Well, no, I think it would be a hamburger with a beer, a long neck, got a head. He's real good.
You're talking about heading earlier, yeah. He's the best of the best.
I think that's what you'd have to go for there.
Broke the lines there with Goodrum, but couldn't maintain possession. This will go all the way back to Bailey with Dodson giving chase, and now Kissiadu joins the fray. Big switch over to Akeem Ward. He can't corral that. That wasn't a bad ball. In fact, he acknowledges that Flynn Moore sent him a good one. That'll be a throw near midfield for Jeremy Kelly. And now Oakland trying to make a push up the field. There's a ball to the outside for Oakland. A ball skimming through and off the post. Holy mackerel. Did that take a deflection on the way through? It doesn't look like it did. But for a moment there.
No, I think Muse, Tim, was a bit unsighted here. A lot of traffic in front of the net. Did look like it maybe took a little deflection, but mostly I think it was just that he couldn't really see it until very late on. Got very lucky that ball didn't go in the back of the net. Terrific strike. Kept it low. Asukar made him work.
53rd minute, Memphis 901 FC maintaining a 2-0 lead. Philip Goodrum, he has been very busy tonight. You gotta like his work rate. You gotta like his aggressiveness. A little too aggressive early in the first half. Picked up that yellow card in the 34th minute.
I think he was still a little upset about his goal being disallowed. I don't blame him. It was a really good goal.
And there's a cross. There's a cross. I don't know what you'd call that with Buckmaster. I guess that would just be incidental contact. It's going to be out for a throw. It looked like Buckmaster and
yeah, I think they just got tangled
Ward.
up. You got tangled up. That happens. Yeah. Sometimes no malice, and I like, both guys can help each other up. I don't think there's any malice, any ill will there.
Looking for some help in the middle of the box. That's picked off by Memphis. They have numbers if they can go. Oh, and there's a tackle from behind. And Fasora is going to go in the books for the takedown on Dodson here in the 54th minute.
That was a naughty one from Fasora. That was nothing nice about that. As Dodson was in full flight, and not a red card, but he knew as soon as he got up. You can always tell the hand goes up and semi-apology. I don't know. It's always easier to.
He puts his hand up. I did it. I did. Well, yeah, we know you did it.
I think he's just saying like, hey, you know, my bad. I'm sorry. And I get it. It's really unfortunate when you're running that fast and you're in full flight and you get taken down. It's going to hurt. You can tell Dodson is shaken up a bit. Got caught on the back of the heel. That's the second time now, though, that we've seen them link up with a chest down from a Goodwin, who's really shown a lot of skill there to be able to chest that into the path of an oncoming player, like with, you know, not just chesting it anywhere, like he's chesting it in a perfect spot.
And now collision with Goodrum and one of the Oakland Roots defenders. I can't get a number here. I think Hernandez may be politicking that, hey, Goodrum's got a yellow card. He's been physical tonight. It looks like that's going to be Flynn Mayor.
Yeah, he's trying to say that he elbowed him. There was no elbow there. You have to go back and take a look, but I didn't see anything, at least in live action, that resembled an elbow. I think it was just some physicality. Flynn Mayor is a fair bit bigger than Goodrum. You have to remember that. Goodrum's going to have to be a little aggressive with him.
Buckmaster, and that one is cleared out for an Oakland throw. Goes to River. They're a proud sponsor of Memphis 901 FC. Doesn't have to be St. Patrick's Day. You can raise a pint anytime. Ghost River.
Ghost River Gold. One of my faves.
Dodson over to Kissy-Do. He's on the wing. That's where he works well. Centering pass for Boyce, though. That's picked out and cleared away by Oakland. Good work by Barbier being goal side.
I'd have to go back. That was awfully close to handball. Barbier, I think he just about got away with it, but that was very close to that area where the chest can try to chest it down, can turn into a little handball pretty quickly. Dangerous play from Barbier.
See a lot of activity over in the Oakland technical area and over off of the bench. You would suspect another move, maybe a move or two coming in the next 10 minutes or so. A little bit of light warming up for Memphis. It's the I'm making coach think I'm warming up without really warming up.
Well, I think there's really not a lot of option on the bench for 901 FC.
Here's a ball in to Carlson, and that is
terrific save.
A good half volley and a terrific save by Muse. He squared up to Carlson, and that could have put Oakland back into the match right away. The over-the-top pass, he got on the outside of Logue. Actually, it was a volley. It was the two-touch volley.
What? I mean, a phenomenal first touch.
There's a near steal. Memphis trying to make hay out of this, can't do it as Oakland finally regains their composure, and Flynn Mayor just sends that into another zip code. And there's a challenge from the back by Carlson, and Logue goes down, and that takes a little bit of doing.
Bailey there was very fortunate. That didn't end up on Sports Center for all the wrong reasons. That thing could have been pretty embarrassing for him. He nearly just tossed it right to Dodson, who threw it in. To go back, though, Carlson showed a great deal of skill with that left foot, taking it down and then flicking it in with the volley.
And now Boyce working it down the wing. That's going to be knocked out by Hakeem Ward, and that's going to bring us another Celtic crossing corner kick for Memphis 901 FC, and it's going to be Patrick Segrist who will line this up for Memphis. You'll have an outlet valve in Aaron Malloy, but Memphis piling 7 guys into the box here. And we have the obligatory, oh, we got a push by Ward on Kisyadu. And now is Kisyadu going to get in trouble for letting himself get pushed?
I think he may have been talking to him. Maybe some
home team never does that.
I think that's it. Yeah, this is...
Segrist, the left footer, expect an in-swinger here. Out at the 6, great job by Taylor Bailey, and they'll release quickly. He's looking for Charlie Dennis. He's able to get by Kelly. Here comes Dotson to slow him down, though. Good team defense by Memphis, and Logue will try to spring Kelly loose. He's tripped up, though. They'll bring that back. Fasori called for the foul. He's sitting on a yellow from 5 minutes ago.
I think Fasori, yeah, he got him there. It was well officiated. Bailey almost more than made up for that error early with a really aggressive bit of goalkeeping. It's exactly what you have to do in that situation. Released the ball early and gave his team an opportunity. It was tough because you could tell that the whole idea of that that particular set play was just to unsettle the keeper, get the ball in a good position, and then move on. Try to score off of that off the chaos, and I thought that the Bailey handled it.
Segrist with the challenge will knock that out for an Oakland throw-in. 61st minute, no moves made by either club just yet. 901 FC leads this one by a score of 2-0. Here's push by Akeem Ward. He'll spring it down the left side for Framella. Good centering pass, but a lot of blue jerseys there. Kisyadu with the dummy to Dodson. Now Kisyadu's got it, and he's got numbers, 2-on-1. He's got Goodrum. Goodrum can go back to him if he wants it. Goodrum, double step over. Right-footed shot off the post. Oh my, everything but the goal. Beautiful work by 901 FC. And here comes Oakland. Now Azakar has sprung through. There's a challenge by Logue. And that'll be out for an Oakland throw. The double step over, sweet. Everything but the goal by Goodrum and Kisyadu. Just not meant to be on that one. That would have been a sweet piece of teamwork that you could have shown the kids, like, hey, when you pass the ball, this is what happens. And that was great decision by Goodrum because he had to take the shot. He had the shot, just some bad luck. Here's Logue with the outside of his boot, Leston Paul over to Malloy, and they'll clear it to Goodrum. He does not have numbers, so he'll wait for Boyce, and Memphis 901 FC will take the disciplined approach and just maintain possession. Kelly over, oh, and there's a pass by Malloy. That was a big let-off for 901 FC as he laid that right in the path of Azakar, and Juan Azakar knocked that one into Midtown Memphis, as that could have been a serious mistake for Memphis 901 FC.
Yeah, I think it's certainly a let-off for 901 FC right there. Pretty bad pass. And if Azakar just had a little more composure, could have passed it to a teammate who was running the overlap and was wide open.
Now Ben Meyer having words with Trey Muse saying, come on, get on with the match.
I feel bad for Philip Goodrum. This match, he's had two outstanding near goals.
And then the
one
penalty
in the back of the net, and one that went off the post. The one that went in the back of the net was ruled out for offside. The one that went off the post may have been even that much better, with a terrific little step over and create space, and did a bunch of hard work and just literally inches away. So Goodrum, his overall quality of play has been top notch.
Well, and the penalty that was saved last week too.
Well, it was. Tim, I'll be honest, I don't think that was his best penalty. So I think he's probably going to be a little bit disappointed with that one. He didn't put it in a particularly difficult spot, but these two, it's been top notch today.
Here's Charlie Dennis. He'll drop that for Hernandez. Hernandez looking for Azakar, and that one is going to skirt through off a deflection, and that will be a corner kick for Oakland in the 64th minute.
Well, and again, you could see the edge, just this match getting a little edgy as I think a more desperate Oakland. They are getting more opportunities in the Memphis 901 third, but they're also opening themselves up for opportunities on the counter. I think, again, we'll see some more goals in this match.
Here's the in-swinger, the header, and just over the bar, and that will be a goal kick for Memphis. And watch, Trey Muse will grab one of the spares. I thought he was gonna do the long way around. Hey, what about these jerseys? You can get the jerseys. The new officially licensed Puma kits are in the team store tonight. Get the kits the players wear on the field at Memphis901FC.com or at the team store located right here at AutoZone Park. They are beautiful. Love those shades of blue. We got a blue wave headed toward the Bluff City Mafia as Goodrum wants to take a throw in, and that could be, and now we've got a push. We've got a push by Daniel Barbier.
Yeah, Barbier's got to calm down. That he got right in the way of the set play, which again, that's an automatic yellow card. If you get in the way of a free kick, you get in the way of a throw like that, that's a yellow card. And on top of that, then he added to it with the push of Goodrum, who was trying to play quickly. He broke up the play, but at the cost of that yellow card, and he's getting a little chippy at this point. Now again, you see right here, Barbier just shoving. Goodrum has done a terrific job of being a thorn in the side of a number of the defenders. They all just don't like him, which is exactly what you want from a smaller forward player. Just being annoying. That's part of the challenge right there.
And Formella getting into Goodrum's face saying, hey, I don't like the way you baited my player. You need to knock that off.
Well, I mean, listen, that's fine. Everyone's free to have their own opinion, Tim. You know what I mean? That's what this is all about. But Goodrum is doing exactly what he needs to do. Just being an annoying little mouse in the house. Just get in there and just bother people. And he's not only doing that, but he's playing with a lot of skill. I've been really impressed with his overall game. The guy deserves a goal for all that he's done.
Ben Pierman shaking his head. It is sometimes the theater of the absurd when it comes to some of the discipline. Here's Boyce trying to make his way through. Fuenmayor stands him up, and now we'll try to clear that out and create some space for Formella, but that is a little too wide. It'll be a throw-in for Memphis here in the 67th minute. Tim Van Horn and Peter Edmiston. On a Saturday night, both clubs winless coming into tonight, both clubs goalless, but Memphis has struck twice with Aaron Malloy in the 14th minute and Patrick Segrist in the 42nd minute, and that has been the difference here at AutoZone Park. Here's some good work by Dodson down the wing. Hakeem Ward and Boyce going at it 1-2. Stays in bound, well played by Formella. Pressure by Dodson, though. They're not going to make it easy to get out of this defending third. Dodson, Boyce, and now Goodrum giving chase, and it's now been given away to Malloy. Malloy dribbles past Kissiadou, decides to keep it himself. He's got some help, but Segrist has to get back on side. He finally does, so now they've got a little bit of width. Back to Malloy, and Memphis will spread this back out and just take advantage of a little bit of time of possession.
Well, Tim, unfortunately for Malloy, that fell to his left foot and not his right foot. He is decidedly right-footed, and we've seen the danger that he has with that right foot, not so much with the left. He kept trying to kind of let it run and get on the right side of it, and he just couldn't quite do it. But again, another opportunity to show that press in key moments, and the press is coming from different players, different angles, causing some problems for Oakland there. It's been that way all night. They've been vulnerable in those transitional situations. And
there's Malloy again, forcing ball out of play, ball back to Memphis.
Malloy had one loose pass that led to a really good Oakland opportunity. Apart from that, he's had a terrific game, and can be in the argument for man of the match with the way that he's performed and with that amazing free kick.
Kissiadou dispossessed, and Oakland will work it along their back line to Hakeem Ward. He'll get some pressure by Boyce, but he'll outlet that back to Barbier, who just went in the book a few moments ago. 2 yellows for each club. Bugmaster with a good challenge, dispossessing Oakland, and now Leston Paul to Kissiadou, and that one was just scuffed.
Laurent had a little more time than he thought. Didn't have to take that first time.
And he makes up for it with a good challenge, slowing down Azikar down the right wing. So Oakland still putting some pressure on here. No moves yet by head coach Juan Guerra. Tesoro will work it all the way over to Akeem Ward. Here's an entry ball far side of the box. Nicely worked by Memphis 901 FC to get that out of trouble. And now they force Oakland all the way back with Alejandro Fuenmayor.
And Oakland still they man down all the way in the 901 FC box. Looks like a cramp situation. So they're hanging on and holding the play here just for a second. I think he's okay, but it looked like he was dealing with a little bit of a cramp. This is around the time of the game, especially early in the season when you do get that from time to time.
I can't tell who that is, if that's Dennis. I think that's Charlie Dennis.
It's Charlie Dennis, it is. It's Charlie Dennis. Yeah, he went down and stayed down in the box.
It looks like we have our first change for Memphis 901 FC on deck. It'll be Chris Allen coming into the match, for whom we'll wait and see. Angie Zakowski making sure the players are well hydrated. You know, she mixes those for the individual players based on the mix of water and the Powerade that they want. It looks like it is in for Allen and out for Goodrum. A good night for Goodrum, as he almost had a goal, picked up a yellow card.
Almost had 2 goals.
And created some chances tonight. So
had a terrific night. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Great link-up play, great touches, terrific. And it's good to see Chris Allen out there, who, of course, Tim, from South Shields, England, and which means that's not far away at all from Newcastle. And I know the Allen family is watching over in Newcastle and the Newcastle area. I know they're supporters, so I wish them a special hello from one Toon fan to another.
Good morning. Right?
Is it? Yeah.
5 hours ahead.
Yeah, we're almost. Yeah, it's a middle of the night, let's say.
Referee Ben Meyer
burning the midnight oil.
And we're back underway. Yeah, they are burning the midnight oil. And it does look like Charlie Dennis is okay. So that's good news. Never like to see anybody come off injured. And yet another reason why I don't do leg day so hard, because you can't hurt what you don't have.
I'm looking at your legs right now, Tim. Tree trunks. People, he's lying to you, folks.
So I just have a good tailor.
Man out there is, I'm telling you. When he was doing weather, he was just squatting off camera, squats just constantly.
Hey, go to James Davis. You can't go wrong. Or Delansky.
Well, there you go. And let's see what happens in this final 20 minutes or so. As I just think Oakland, I've been surprised, Tim, to see that they've not used Carlson as much. The size that he's got is he's got a pretty big size advantage, and have not been able to use him at all, as we see a substitution coming in from Oakland.
Yeah, it looks like Akeem Ward is going to be.
It's going to be Ward out.
Akeem Ward is going to be out, and it is going to be
Lindo Mufeka.
Yep, Lindo Mufeka, and he will be on here in the 73rd minute for the Oakland Roots.
But I think Oakland's committed to playing a little bit, on the floor, which is great. I mean, it's fine when it works, but Carlson has got some size, he's got some skill. You're talking about a player who is on loan from a Serie A squad in Venezia, who that's a high-level player. Played 9 times for the Icelandic national team. You kind of played through him up front.
There was a yellow card for Charlie Dennis. We do have a restart now, and now Oakland trying to work it out of the back as Dodson continues to put pressure on. Ball over the top. And here comes Charlie Dennis down the left side. He does have help in the middle. Trey Muse has it sized up, and he will corral that in between 2 Memphis 901 FC players. He was looking for Carlson and couldn't pick him up, though.
Well, that's the idea for them, but again, you're going to have to put a little more juice on that. The little floating ball is easy enough for Muse to sort out, sniff that thing out, and go get it. Haven't really put him under too much pressure, apart from a couple chances early in the half. Haven't seen him under too much pressure. Did hit the post and did have another opportunity that skied up. But by and large, 901 FC has not been too uncomfortable in this match. But this is the part when those legs may start to give a little bit. So let's see how fresh those legs are.
There's Formella. He's going to go all the way back to Barbier. It's Barbier and Flynn Mayor working the back line for Oakland. Mufeka all the way back to Taylor Bailey. He's been the victim of a couple of really nice goals tonight. He hasn't done anything to hurt the cause for Oakland, that's for sure. There's a header won by Reese Buckmaster. That's going to be shoveled up. Dodson doesn't give it a go. I think he came back from an offside position. Officials are going to let the game flow on anyway. Oakland with the advantage. Charlie Dennis comes far back to receive, and now they'll try to work it through the midfield. Memphis not giving a lot to Oakland right now. They've been holding their lines quite well. A couple of blocks of 4. And chalk a lot of that up to Leston Paul. He's been there, done that. He is the organizer.
Well, and I think Malloy deserves a lot of credit in the center of the park. He's really worked hard. Yeah, Leston Paul, as you said, I don't even know how many touches Leston has had today. I would maybe in the single digits. I don't know that he's really touched the ball much. He's marshaling things very well, but Malloy is putting in the work and going up and down that pitch a lot. And I think he's had a really nice match.
Dennis looking for a centering pass. It only goes as far back to Formella. They'll have to reset back to Fasora. They'll switch fields as Memphis just had that left flank shut down. Jose Hernandez with an entry pass to Carlson, and still in the box. And then, do we say that one ballooned up, Azakar? I think that one shot up into the picnic zone.
You don't want to see that. That's although a nice souvenir for the fans out there.
Well, actually, you do have to give the ball back. You're thinking about the other sport.
No, you don't. No.
Oh wait.
See, yeah. See, she's saying no. You don't. See, Tim. That's where you're wrong. You don't have to give the ball back. See, she says I've got this. I'm good.
Yeah, she's got her puff.
These beautiful select balls. She says, we'll take this thing out. And did you see how cute she was? Who's taking that? Come on. Come on. What kind of a heartless person would take that thing?
She's got a puffy jacket on. She's got a select soccer ball. She's living her best life. Maybe trade her out a couple of LOL dolls. She's good to go.
I don't think. No, she wants that. She's a player, man. She's future U.S. Women's National Team member right there. Can't take that ball from her.
It's a good ball by Charlie Dennis over to Mufeka. Mufeka just outside the box. Centering pass. Headed away by Leston Paul. He's Johnny on the spot as usual. Hernandez with the ball to Mufeka over the top, and that's going to harmlessly float far side and out for a goal kick. Good pressure here. Mufeka coming in and impacting the game right away. He's had several good touches here in the last 3 minutes for the Oakland Roots. 77th minute, though. Time is starting to run out for Juan Guerra. We watch, and they still have guys warming up for Oakland over on the Memphis side. You know, the options right now, you have 3 academy guys, and then you have a couple of other field players at this point. I think Ben Pierman only goes to the bullpen when absolutely necessary.
Well, at this point, again, I think the things are fairly well in hand for 901 FC, so no need to be rushing for too many subs. You may have 1 or 2 in the tank in case of injury, but they're in control of this match.
Here's Malloy. He's dispossessed, but Memphis still, the critical part is keeping Oakland pinned down. There's a good bit of 1-2 work, though. Here comes Azakar. He's going to have to get past Leston Paul. He does. Azakar, left side, centering pass instead of shooting. Intercepted by Memphis, and now 901 FC with a chance with a 4-on-4. Kelly looks, his only option right now, though, is to spread the field over left side to Kisiadu. Kisiadu has Segrist to his left. He tries to go through Hernandez, Jose Hernandez with a good challenge, and now that's dropped off to Edgardo Rito. Rito down the right flank. Centering pass for Carlson, and Carlson maintains possession, but his back's to the goal. Mufeka smartly brings that to the left side for Fasora. Now we've got another opportunity. Here's Formella. He tries with the outside of the boot, and that one squirts out.
Well, that was again awful in that moment. And it was funny to watch the three subs in the lower part of your screen. As soon as that ball was kicked, they all just threw their hands up like, "What are you doing, Formella? You're better than that." The lack of composure with the final ball from Oakland has been quite telling. They've been in really dangerous positions, and it looks like they've got a little juice, maybe a little bit of the battery compared to 901 FC right now because they've got more depth, made some more subs, but that final ball, Tim, has been badly lacking from Oakland.
Formella down to the left side for Azekar. Good challenge by Kelly. Malloy gets dispossessed, but only to Leston Paul. Leston will go short way to Boyce and just smartly plays that, doesn't give it away, just kicks it out to touch. Memphis takes a breather, resets their lines. Niall Logue very adamant, getting everybody lined up on the back four.
It's a little bit of a dangerous time here, though, for Memphis 901 FC, Tim, because you could see defending deeper and kind of inviting Oakland onto them, and Oakland's more than happy to take care of that for them. They found some space here.
There's a shot saved by Trey Muse, and that is cleared away out again for a throw-in. Juan Azekar with another shot, but only right to Trey Muse. And quickly, Oakland in the ascendancy here, continuing to ratchet up the pressure. 901 FC overloading the left side. That's forcing Oakland to draw it back and see if they can decompress that defense and try to break the 901 FC lines. Memphis doing a good job now with a bit of high pressure, and will force that all the way back to Fazori.
Well, again, though, the problem is that 901 FC kind of dropping back a little too far in this position right now and opening up these little spaces in behind.
Here's Mufeka outside of the box. That falls for an Oakland player. There's a shot, and that's a goal by Formella. And basically out of a 50-50 ball in the box, it gets caught under his feet. He's able to nudge that one past Trey Muse from almost point-blank range.
Well, and again, we talked about the spaces opening up, and there was pretty good footwork, actually, from Formella, who was able to kind of sort things out. First touch was pretty good, and then tried to cut it back. It bobbled, got fortunate, but got a toe poke to it under pressure, put it in the back of the net. But, you know, Tim, that goal's been coming because the deeper and deeper those banks are defending, it's opening up opportunities for Oakland. And the problem is they're defending deeper, but kind of in the center as well, and opening up space along those sides. And crosses have been there for Oakland, and now will Ben Pierman tweak it a little bit?
Carlson will likely be credited with an assist on that. He got the last touch on the deflection. Now here's Rito on the wing. Oakland's feeling it now. They'll drop it back to Mufeka. They're going to try to get a good look here. Here's Formella. He was our player to watch tonight. He's got one goal. He's looking for more. Now Kissiadu trying to work some magic, and now we've got a foul behind the play. Leston Paul goes down.
Yeah, I think 901 FC just needs to calm down a little bit. Look a little bit frazzled in this last bit of play. They've not maintained the fluency and the control of the game they've had for most of it. Oakland has started to really push forward, put a lot of men forward, and put them under some pressure, and 901 FC's not quite handled it as well as they would have hoped. Got to see this thing out.
Oakland with their first goal of the season, and they deserved it. They have been in the ascendancy. They have had some opportunities tonight, have played really well the last 10 minutes, and they were able to finally put one home. Here's a pass now intercepted by Kissiadu. He'll beat one defender, but can't. The touch is a little heavy, can't get past Quinn Mayor. And now here comes Rito down the wing for Oakland, looking for another. He's got 1 in 2 and 3 in the box. That's deflected and out for a corner. Oakland wants a handball.
Well, that looked like a chest to me, similar to the one that we saw earlier on from Barbier. Chested it out. But Tim, this is a little bit of a concern now for 901 FC, because if you saw earlier on when Kissiadu had the ball in a decent position, nobody was there on that side of the pitch at all. Everyone was staying back. The energy level has dropped precipitously now for 901 FC, and they're kind of hanging on and inviting some pressure from Oakland, and now Oakland using its superior depth, making another substitution.
Got a double substitution coming up for Oakland. Joseph Nane in for Fasori, and Jesus Enriquez in for Otar Carlsonen. Here's the in-swinger on the corner kick, punched away by Muse, but only out to the 12-yard spot. Finally, Kisiadu volleys that all the way down to Taylor Bailey. He's going to quickly send it over to the right side. They'll corral it, bring it back across, and try to reset and organize their push. Here's Barbier. He's going to switch it far side to Edgardo Rito. Rito with a low pass in to Enriquez.
Another corner.
And then the pressure continuing on.
Well, look on this far. These sides, Tim. The far right side in particular. You've seen 901 FC. Segrist is tucking in to shore up that middle with all the passing they've done, and really opening up great opportunities to cross.
Sixth corner of the match. Muse punches it away. Cleared out of danger, at least just for the moment. Here's Jesus Enriquez. Now Jose Hernandez plays it all the way back to the keeper Bailey, who's just outside the center circle. Now Oakland Roots will take a moment here and try to figure out how they're going to break this line again of Memphis 901 FC, who took a 2-0 lead into the dressing room at halftime. But in the second half, Oakland, at least for the last 15 minutes, has been the better club.
901 FC is just hanging on, Tim, and here's the problem. So you go to this far side, there's plenty of space. The Segrist is ducking in. Thankfully for 901 FC, that is offside. But there's plenty of space over there on that far side for Rito to find. That final ball has been lacking for Oakland. If they ever get that right, they're going to be able to provide some serious danger for 901 FC. Teams, you have the temptation late in matches, especially when you're tired and you're seeing 901 FC with a substitution here, Mitchell Myers checking into the game. The temptation is to go back, Tim, because you need to conserve your energy. But when you get the ball back, you got to have an out ball. You got to be able to play it out. You got to be able to relieve some of that pressure. And right now, there's no out ball for 901 FC, apart from when they get a free kick and we're able to kind of put the ball down the other end of the pitch.
Here's Niall Logue. He'll go down the left side. By the way, Myers in. Lauren Kisiadu is out.
Kisiadu had a little bit of a cramp situation after that last run. Looked like he'd just kind of exhausted the tank a little bit.
Azakar to Mufeka. There's an inbound pass for Famella on the left side of the box for Charlie Dennis. He's overcome his cramp. He stayed in the game, and here's Hernandez. Hernandez looking for Mufeka, and that is cleared out by Buckmaster. Chested out of bounds by Hernandez. Memphis with a throw. They'll be in no rush here in the 87th minute. Throw in is picked off by Hernandez. That's good footwork to lay it off to Azakar. He'll get it over to Joseph Nane. Jesus Enriquez. Now Nane looking for some help down the wing. That's nicely carved out by Kelly. Memphis looking to hang on here. As Dodson, some token pressure up high, and now Malloy will give some chase, just to make it a little more difficult for Oakland. Let them burn a little more clock trying to get it out of their own half, but they do. They break that line for Azakar. Azakar on a give and go, cuts inside, but Kelly's having none of it. He sniffs that out. But again,
just no out ball. There's no out ball there. You get that ball back, and you're looking for somebody to help relieve that pressure, and just can't find him right now. So right back, you cycle it in, you get right back into the blender, and it just tells on you. It's hard to keep doing this over and over and over again. Eventually, the dam starts to break a bit.
Here's Charlie Dennis in swinger. Trey Muse watches that one sail over. Stays in play though, far side for Oakland. They'll get another bite of the apple here. In swinging pass, bounces around the box. Famella tries to get that. He can't get a boot on it, and that is cleared out by 901 FC as Enriquez and Famella trying to team up to tie this one up in the 89th minute.
Incredibly dangerous there. 3 men in the box waiting for that and just couldn't quite fall for Oakland. And now 901 FC really needed opportunity here to just kind of take some of the pressure off.
Mitchell Myers going to the corner after the steal by Christopher Allen. He's pushed down. No call there. It will be a goal kick, and they quickly take that. Dodson giving a bit of chase, but that's no problem for Nane.
And again, Tim, it's just can 901 FC hang on through the Miller Lite stoppage time that will be coming here shortly.
What do you think, 3 minutes?
The final minute? Yeah, I'd say 3 minutes.
Here's an over-the-top ball, and that is snuffed out very well by Trey Muse.
It's also going to be offside. It was early flagged by the linesman on the far side of the field. I'd say 3 minutes. I don't think there's any major delays. Not a ton of subs. I think 3 minutes is about right.
Clears this one all the way down to the other box. Dodson goes down. No call there.
It's going to be 3 minutes. Going to feel like 10 for 901 FC fans, but just got to hang on a little bit longer.
Barbier breaks through a tackle of Dodson. Dodson sitting on a yellow card. Doesn't care at this point. He's more worried about the 3 points than a second yellow. Dennis will lay this off for Barbier. Barbier goes over the top, and there will be 3 minutes of Miller Lite stoppage time. Step over, centering pass. There's Formella. Formella's still there, and here comes Trey Muse off of his line, and he will smother that.
Again, close. Good opportunity. They get to the byline and try to cut it back. The final ball has been lacking for Oakland. If they had a better final ball, this scoreline might be a little bit different because they put themselves in really good positions, but have not been able to make that final cutting ball. Some good last-ditch defending as well from 901 FC.
So a minimum of 3 minutes of Miller Lite stoppage time here in the second half. Memphis trying to get another insurance goal here if they can.
I think they're going straight to the corner, Tim. I don't know if they're going to be trying for too many goals. I think this is just try to draw a foul, try to do something to take that time off.
Myers has taken a couple of bumps the last 2 trips down, neither time a foul called. And there's Christopher Allen, and he'll go into the book. He won't get just a verbal disagulation here. He will.
No, he'll get the full Monty there, and he knows that. He wasn't complaining at all about it.
Third yellow card of the match for Memphis 901 FC. There have been 3 for Oakland. There's a shot from distance, and Muse lays out, and that is going to skirt wide for a goal kick.
Just wide, got a little greedy, but I can understand it. Oakland hasn't been able to carve out too many chances, so you take that shot. But that's music to Trey Muse's ear because he gets a chance to just take a little time, pick the ball you want. Let's take some extra time here, think about it.
And now we've got. There's the shot missing just wide. Now we've got a little bit of a scrum near midfield, and it looks like amidst all of that, we will get the 2022 debut of the Zach attack. Zach Carroll will come on in the final moments for Devin Boyce, and this will be an extra big body on the back line.
It's good to see him back. Again, he's probably not anywhere near 100%, but working his way back into full fitness. But all you got to do here is just see out an extra minute or so, and nice to get a little bit of action under your belt as well.
Now Muse taking his time. Now the official's saying, hey, I'm keeping track of how long you are taking. Now he finally airmails this one down the field. There's a push from behind, and the assistant referee does make that call this time as Myers. The third time's the charm.
I mean, that is just absolutely perfect for 901 FC right there. You couldn't ask for anything better. Mitchell Myers drawing the foul and allowing more precious time to tick off the clock. I don't know how much this may be the time for one last run for Oakland, but that's about it, if that.
Chipped in, offside flag goes up. And they'll restart that. We've had our minimum of 3 minutes of Miller Lite stoppage time. I'm sure there'll be a little bit added on for the goal kick and for the substitution. Here's a ball now down the left side for Azikar. They're going to throw everything but the kitchen sink at this. There's Zach Carroll. He makes an impact right away, heads that out of the box. And there's Zach Carroll again. And that will do it. And it looks like a parting gift for one of the Oakland Roots, a yellow card heading off. The effort was there. They ran out of time. Memphis 901 FC. Brilliant substitution by Ben Pierman as Zach Carroll comes good in the final minutes here of Miller Lite stoppage time as Memphis 901 FC outlasts the Oakland Roots by a final score of 2-1.
Did exactly what they needed to do, Tim. It wasn't easy, but they hung on, and the first 3 points of the season are in the column for 901 FC.
All right, there is the match-winning goal by Patrick Segrist. That was the difference. Coming up, we'll have our man of the match, our final stats. Memphis 2, Oakland 1. We'll be right back.
Tex-Mex. Termites.
Don't mess up your deck with Tex-Mex. Terminex, here to help.
At AutoZone, you get what you need when you need it. Got a today job? Pick it up free same day at your local AutoZone. More of a tomorrow project? Order as late as 10 p.m. with free next day delivery. Getting the job done just got easier.
Welcome back. It's all smiles at AutoZone Park. Memphis 901 FC. Thanks to the first goal of the match and of the season for the team by Aaron Malloy. They take this one 2-1. Peter, what a beautiful goal.
Absolutely perfect free kick. Malloy had a wonderful match. And again, that free kick, he's the man of the match. And that free kick is going to go right at the top of all of his highlight reels for the rest of his career. I don't know that he's going to hit one sweeter than that. But I thought Malloy, on top of that, really dominated play in the middle of the field, was asked to do a lot and dominated a lot. And I think terrific job. Touched the ball all over the pitch. Take a look at his heat map and you look at where he was all over the place, gave every drop of sweat that he could, and he's a big reason why 901 FC's got those first 3 points on the board.
Yeah, excellent job tonight by Aaron Malloy. He is our man of the match. Final stats. This is a Ben Pierman type of team. In possession, we don't get the lion's share of it, but that's okay. They're a good counter-attacking team, just enough to win. Shots on target, none for Memphis in the second half. That's going to be a concern. I'm sure Ben Pierman will address that coming up at practice starting on Monday. Oakland Roots with 2 shots on goal in the second half, a total of 4, and one of those was a beautiful goal for Mella. Yellow cards tonight, 3 for Oakland, 2 for Memphis. Oakland, a very good passing team as they were able to move the ball around at will in the second half, and that led to that only goal that they picked up, but still not enough.
Well, and again, I think you saw in the second half, Oakland took control, and you would expect that with superior depth. They just didn't have a lot of depth from 901 FC, and on top of that, guys that were out there, they were giving everything they had, and they just kind of ran out of juice. The last 15 minutes or so, hanging on to that lead a little bit, but at the end of the day, 901 FC deserved that victory. Had 2 goals, could have had a penalty, had another goal disallowed, had another one hit the post. Plenty of opportunities. First half was terrific. Second half, they did enough.
2 critical saves by Trey Muse was the difference in goal, and also Let's not forget Patrick Segrist's goal. He flew so high on the header, the FAA issued him a warning. That's going to do it from Memphis, Tennessee at AutoZone Park. Memphis 901 FC, their first win of the year. They get 3 points on the board. They defeat Oakland Roots by a score of 2-1 for Peter Edmiston. I'm Tim Van Horn, and for our entire broadcast crew, thank you for joining us here in Memphis. You've been watching the USL Championship.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.